Well, it's Car Crazy Yorkshire again, and as per usual, we're in the middle of nowhere. In today's show, we're going to see what these Land Rovers can really do. So I suggest that you fasten your seatbelts because we're in for a very bumpy ride. The Land Rover trial is open to anyone who joins a Land Rover club. Events like this occur all over the country. Today's event was set in a disused quarry, and even though it's a competition, competitors are more likely to give advice and tips for the course rather than battling for the honours. This is Paul Davis, one of the marshals here today. Paul, what is this actual event?
This is a CCV, a cross-country vehicles trial.
Yeah.
And it's just Land Rovers is our club, so that's all that will be taking part in this trial today, just Land Rovers.
And what is the trial? What trials are?
Well, this is one of the more serious trials. It's a little bit more difficult, which is why all the motors round here have all got cages on. The motor behind me is just starting, and they'll be going through sections, and they start at gate 12 and they work their way backwards, so it'll be 12, 11, 10, 9 and so on till they get to 1. Yeah. If they clear the section and don't hit any canes and don't stop, they get a 0, and the person with the least amount of points is the one that wins.
Can you take us through what this chap's doing here, please?
Well, he's going through, that's 11 gate, he's down onto 10 gate, and he's got to be careful, he don't clip it with his back end, and then he's going to go round, up the gully, and hopefully he'll come back down in front of us here, taking it wide.
So if he clips a gate, does he have to start again, or is he immediately
disqualified? If he clips a gate, he's got to stop. And if he also if he stops any time, then that's his go over as well.
Right. Who are the best drivers here today then, would you say?
It's debatable. There isn't such a thing as a best driver. It depends on conditions. It depends on whether you make like silly, annoying mistakes and things like that. That's usually a problem. I mean, there's been 1 or 2 mistakes made here that people shouldn't really have made, but that's just how it happens, isn't it?
Is that because they're overzealous?
In some cases it can be that they just haven't got the right line. They might have hit a rock awkwardly, or they might have run into trees that they thought they were going to clear and they didn't.
Now, who lays out the course?
The clerk of course lays out the course, and in this case it's Norman. He's laid all these sections out yesterday. There were half a dozen of us came down and laid all the canes out.
So how do you decide on where you're going to put the canes?
Experience.
Right.
And just whatever looks good.
Do you actually take a car through the track initially before?
Usually we do, yeah. Just to try and make sure that what we've set up is feasible, because sometimes it isn't feasible. So
how do the competitors get to know the track then if they haven't taken their vehicles through it?
Well, before they actually set off, the drivers get to walk around, and they have to walk around the section, and they follow all the canes, and just looking at the section by walking, they decide in their own mind as they're going around what's going to be the best track, what's going to trip them up, what's going to be easier, or things to keep away from, and that's the only option, that's the only chance that they've got to actually find out where they're going, because nobody's seen any of these sections before today.
So who's the actual winner at the end of the day? What do you have to do to win?
The person who's got the least points.
So in other words, who's clipped the least tags?
Yeah, who's clipped the least tags or who's stopped the least amount of times. I mean, if you got through every section clean, you'd have no points for the day.
So you've won.
But obviously, if you go through every section and clip 11 gate all the time, you're going to have a lot of points.
So you're a member of a club then, are you?
Yeah, we're part of Yorkshire Rover Owners Club.
And if I wanted to be a part of your club, how could I join?
Just get a membership form and join.
And you need a Land Rover off me?
No.
No?
I didn't have them when I first joined. I mean, I've got 2 now, but I didn't have them when I first joined. Everybody here is mad about Land Rovers.
Yeah.
If you want to buy a Land Rover, if you want to own a Land Rover, these are the people to ask.
Right. Okay, I'm with Toasty here. He's the club's nutter. He's going to take me through the course. I've got to hold on because I don't want to break my neck and I don't want to fall out. And from his previous driving, I've seen that it can be pretty freaky. Okay, I'm ready. Oh my word! Okay, right, it's really steep down here. Oh, on my side is really steep. Oh God! Oh, okay, well, out the way! Spectators, 10 points if we... Oh, we missed a gate?
Yeah, that's it.
Oh! Well, that was brilliant, even if a bit scary. It's just a shame he missed a gate so soon. This is Toasty, the madman that you've just seen taking me around the track. How long have you been involved with the club?
On and off for about the last 5 years.
And are you car mad?
Just a little bit.
Because I heard you talking earlier, you've got quads, you've got the Land Rover, what else have you got?
Just basic Land Rover and quads. I have a four-wheel drive ladder as well, just basically off-road machines, so we can have some fun in the mud.
How have you been doing so far?
Not too good today. I have a slight problem with the steering on it, but
Yeah.
besides that, we're not doing too bad. As long as we enjoy ourselves, that's what it's all about.
Yeah, well, it seems like a really good group here and a good laugh.
Yep, that's what it's all about. Enjoy yourself more than anything. The competition aspect of it is, good, but mainly it's just about getting out, enjoying yourself and having some fun.
So what advice would you give to other drivers to be a good driver, a good Land Rover driver?
Don't drive like me.
Well, I'd say that again. Too right, don't drive like him. I'm glad I wasn't in the vehicle when he performed his next trick. It was at lunch where I caught up with Peter Winpenny, one of the oldest competitors in the trial. Well, this is Peter Winpenny, one of the oldest competing members of the club. So, Peter, why do you still do it then?
I really enjoy it. I'd much rather be out in the fresh air than sit at home watching television and getting old.
That's it, because that's just boring then, isn't it?
It is, yes. It keeps you young.
Have you actually won any of the trials?
I've occasionally won some. You've got to remember that the vehicles are in different classes, so although you might have seen some of the vehicles getting all the way through the sections, they're in different class to me, so I've got a chance of winning my own class.
What class is your vehicle?
This is a Class 2 vehicle.
So what is a Class 2 vehicle then?
Well, the smallest class is Class 1, which is 18-inch wheelbase. That's the distance between the centre line of the back wheel and the centre line of the front wheel.
Right.
Now, this is a class further up. This is a slightly larger vehicle.
So is a roll bar standard for this kind of competition?
It's mandatory.
Yeah.
You must have a roll bar for
Right.
this type of competition. This is a cross-country vehicle trial. Now, besides the cross-country vehicle trials, we run road tax vehicle trials, which aren't as severe as this.
So do you enjoy being a member of the club?
Oh, yes, yes. Mm.
And how many events do you take part in a year then?
Less than I used to do. I used to be a member of another club besides, and I used to go off at least once a month, but lately I don't take part in as many events.
So this course today, does it seem particularly tricky to you?
It's really tricky today. The trouble was when it was set out yesterday, my brother-in-law was the clerk of the course.
Yeah.
His motor is out of action at the moment, so he couldn't drive through the sections to see whether they were possible to drive or not. So it's basically a case of walking through the sections and putting canes in and hoping that they would be suitable for the motors to drive through.
So what happened to poor old Toasty then?
On which occasion? The one when he turned
When
over?
he rolled, yeah.
Probably took the wrong line through the section, or maybe he was going too fast at the time.
I think he's going a bit too fast here.
You're lucky you weren't in at the
Well,
time.
that's what I thought. I literally got out 1 second before and I thought, thank the Lord.
Right.
But thanks very much for your time, Peter, and good luck for the afternoon
You're
race.
welcome. Right.
Well, this lot must be mad. I'm freezing. They're still at it after 3 hours. I'm off home. But you stay and enjoy the action.